That's cool. Well, at least you know the thing about broken relationships is that they're sometimes kind of funny, right? This next guy, perfect transition by the way. This next guy is also sometimes kind of funny. He's our last comic before the break. Guys, can we give it up for the next comic of the evening? Yeah, very cool. You guys are gonna love this guy. His name is Socrates.
Thanks so much. Keep going, Valley. Like the trained monkeys we are. But I like a good chimpanzee story, you know? I come from Florida, too. Our chimpanzees run wild. You know the one they had the woman this year, the chimpanzee got lost, so she called her friend up because apparently the chimp wasn't taking its Xanax. This is a Florida chimpanzee, mind you, you know? And the girl's chimp, it took her friend's face off and its hands. So yeah, it's a chimpanzee. When I think chimpanzees, I think that chimpanzee story, I'm sure you've heard of it. You hadn't heard of that one? Think of it next time you're hanging around with your chimps, too. Florida's a different kind of a place. Like I said, my name is Socrates. I am an American. Yeah, thanks, appreciate that. I'm also from Florida. I did 21 years in Florida. I wasn't in prison, I was just in Florida. It's kind of similar. And I'm actually getting my Dutch citizenship. I just got approved for Dutch citizenship. So yay, thank you. Yeah. Normally the expats cheer and Dutch people go, yay, I suppose. But, so yeah, one more old broken person coming to the country. Appreciate it. Nice to be here. Going through my transitions in life. Like I said, I was born in the U.S., from New Jersey, then I lived in Florida for a while, and now I've been here for a while, about 14 years here, so life is a transition. That's what I'm certainly finding out. And like, when you started off, like, people imagine what's better. You know, like, you think about the weather, everybody complains about Dutch weather. You know, you think Florida is better weather? You think so, right? If you go there for a day or a week, it might be. If you live there for 21 years, trust me, it's definitely not. You know, I mean, it rains here a little bit, but it's not life-threatening rain. Anytime something threatens your life, it changes your opinion of it. Like, you can be in a zoo looking at a chimpanzee. It's cute. That thing attacks you, rips your face off. It's a completely different opinion. You know, I liked rain until we had hurricanes. Hurricane will change your opinion. But the thing is this, before the hurricanes kick in Florida, we have this other season. It's called fire season. You ever been to fire season? Yeah. In there, fire season shows up if you watch every now and then. Yeah, fire season will make you really wish for rain. Yeah, we had one year that had burned for 6 months. Yeah, like in Greece now, they have fire season makes our fire season like we have smolder season. So yeah, rain isn't such a bad thing when the world bursts into flame, is all I'm saying. Like, we have the rain here. It's my favorite Dutch rain, that little one that gets in your face. You know, it's called Muze. Because it makes you so miserable. And the worst thing about Muze is if you are on fire, it's not going to help. You know, you're going to be burning, subtly damp. Nothing's more miserable than being on fire and slightly damp at the same time. Transitioning from being alive to being burned to pieces slowly as could be. It's not at all good. So for me, the Dutch weather, it's nice. I like it, you know what I mean? I came here for the weather, but I'm staying for the food. You know, it's bad when it can always somehow be funny, you know. And we're in a great restaurant. It's not like they have bad food. Have you had the brownies? By the way, if you haven't had a brownie, have a brownie. They're fantastic. I definitely like them a lot here. But, like I said, you go through life and you go through your changes, etc. And for me, you know, one of the recent things I started doing because it got cold and rainy, I started wearing a hoodie. I had never worn a hoodie for the most part before. And it's a new experience for me because it kind of feels like a foreskin for my head. Well, I'm an American too, so I don't even have that experience either. They chopped that off when I was born. But you don't know what's around you. You kind of trying to figure out what is that I'm talking to. You know, is it an asshole or a pussy? I don't know. Just some guy with a mouth. Okay. I can deal with that too. Stick my head out. But it's cool. As an American, I'm used to what it's feeling like to be a little big, you know. And the thing is, with a poncho on top of it, it's kind of like wearing a condom with a hole in it, which apparently a lot of them have. And according to my dad, that's how I got here. But again, you ride your bike here, you know, it's a difference between like the British, you know, everything to them is bloody weather, you know. We say lekker weer, at least they do in Amsterdam, you know. And the correct response is heerlijk, you know, it's fantastic weather, you know. Yeah, it's wonderful. What are you going to do? You're standing in a red light, music in your face, wishing you're on fire, looking out for chimpanzees. It's better than being terrified, you know. You don't want to be like that tourist in the middle of a bike lane. Yeah, I'd actually experienced some of that myself a little while ago. Remember when COVID ended? You know, we had that time of self-reflection. It was a nice phase of, you know, everybody got to meditate as a group. You know, I kind of miss COVID. You know, it was very peaceful at the time. And you know, after the whole COVID thing, you know, you figure I was going to become a new person. You know, I'd become a new Socrates. You know, and just after COVID, we kind of got to go out in the world again, and I got hit by a scooter. And it broke my arm, so suddenly I found myself as Socrates, which was a completely different existence than I expected, one way or the other. And basically, time passed, and eventually I ended up having to have surgeries, and it turned out it was necrotic. And so I was there, necrotes, which also really sucked. Necrotic is a horrible word when the doctor points to you and says you're necrotic. And about 4 months ago, actually in August, a little while ago, I had to get another experience, another transition in life. I had a stroke. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's how I felt too. So now I'm Socrates. Yeah, the whole thing started back in March last year. I learned this word I didn't want to learn. That word was aangereden. Yeah, it means to be slammed into. Yeah, in my case, I was aangereden door the scooter klotzack. I got slammed into by this asshole on the scooter. Yeah, I was going to go to the sauna that day. It was my plan, you know. They say God has a plan. You know, from what I can see, his plan sucks. My plan was to go to the sauna. I thought it was a great plan. God had a different one. Because I came around this corner, there was a car driving on the bike path, and I thought that was odd because, you know, it's a bike path, your feet's path, as they say. It's not for your feet, but it's for your bike. And I thought that was wrong. And then there was a scooter on the bike path staring at the car, and he also was in the wrong place. So I tried to explain to everybody what they were doing wrong, and so I didn't have a lot of time. All I could say was, ah! And then I went flying through the air like a bird. But I landed like an octopus. I broke half of my arms. Yeah, and got to go to the old hospital, the old house of paracetamol. I learned something that day, by the way. If you need an ambulance in the Netherlands, and they ask you, are you going to pass out? Correct answer? Yes. Because at the time I wasn't, so I said, no, I don't think so. They said, take a taxi. True story. I said, hang on a second, I'm getting dizzy. I think I might pass out. Send me an ambulance right away. A big difference between an ambulance and a taxi, also, the ambulance had fentanyl. You have to set it up with a taxi to have them have fentanyl. Got to know the guy, make phone calls, it's the whole thing. Yeah, the ambulance said to me, would you like some fentanyl? You know, I don't know, I'm American, so, you know, don't tease me, just give me heroin. I actually said no, because of the whole fentanyl thing, and then my shoulder was like, you should get the fentanyl. And he put this thing, you know, the syringe or whatever in my arm, and a wave of relief wiped over me. And then he said, I'm going to give you the fentanyl now. I said, what the hell was that? He said, the saline solution. But really, literally, I had a wave of feeling good over me. And then he put the fentanyl in. Nothing, not a damn thing. Useless drug. I don't know how people get addicted on that. I get to the hospital, they take my x-ray, and I don't know if you ever had this. I've had it multiple times. It broke my wrist too. It happened then too. The doctor looks at the x-ray and has the worst reaction you could ever have, which was good. I saw it, I said, I hope that's not me. He said, oh yeah. It was all you. And he offered me a shot of morphine. Yeah, the fentanyl was not going to, paracetamol was not going to cut it. And anybody have morphine in here? Any morphine people? No one's ever done morphine on, you know, as fun or medically? I've only done it medically with doctor approved. Morphine is a great drug. If they offer you morphine, take it. Morphine's like a warm hug on a cold night, you know? It's like your dad wrapping that big warm coat around you. Fantastic. You sleep, you hang out. It's perfect for what you're doing if you're really badly hurt. And I had nothing to do at that point. In fact, they sent me home with a thing called conservative treatment. You know what this is? It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. They gave me a blue strap. It's this modern thing because it's blue and it's got a piece of Velcro in it, which makes it modern. And they told me it comes good. You ever heard this from a doctor here? Yeah, you've heard it, right? Therapists, they all tell you the same thing. It comes good. It's not helpful. It buys them some time. You know what I mean? It's optimistic. You know, and maybe it works. Who knows? They sent me home with this optimistic phrase and told me that I had to keep exercising my shoulder because we wouldn't want it to become a frozen shoulder. God forbid my shoulder should froze. It's already broken. I don't know how bad worse it could be. So they literally told me to keep, because I could only raise it about this high, and they told me to keep pushing it up because this was passive and this was active or whatever. So I was in my backyard, keeping my shoulder from freezing, waving to my neighbors. Getting this horrible vibe from everybody. I was in Enschede recently explaining this thing, and they completely understood because Enschede is on the east side of the country, which is good neighbors make great fences. And I said to my doctor, I say, Doc, this is not coming good. I cannot raise my arm higher than that. I have arm erectile dysfunction. And he said to me, Hillversum Pindakaas, which is a useless Dutch saying, and it's even less useful as a medical diagnosis. You know, it means, oh well, peanut butter. It's not helpful in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it rhymes. I like the fact that it rhymes. You know, the Dutch love a good rhyming saying. You know, my favorite rhyming one is Nogen in de Koken. Nogen in de Koken. Yeah, exactly. I was here 3 months, literally 3 months, when I was taught that phrase. And by an Oma, the grandmother. Now, I don't know, maybe I misunderstood it. It means fucking in the kitchen. Unfortunately, it does, you know. I don't know exactly how to use Nogen in de Koken in context. The only thing that I know that's possible is that when you combine Hillversum Pindakaas and Nogen in de Koken, you end up with some taste sauce. I think you do. I don't know where it comes from exactly. But they finally did the surgery on me, and they gave me 12 screws because they did nothing for 8 months, and then sort of overreacted, because that's the Dutch system. And they put 12 screws in me, and a bone from a dead guy. I don't know who he was. I didn't kill him. And basically took also the bone out of my own knee and my own bone marrow. I had to learn these damn Dutch words, bone marrow. You don't want to have to learn this in your life. You don't want to be in that place where you're learning, oh, what's that called? Bone marrow. Oh. And then I couldn't walk for 6 months. Yeah, the Dutch phrase for that is, yeah, that definitely sucked. And then they finally did the surgery again on me, so they replaced it, because again, I went necrotic, which is a wonderful word. I thought I was doing good. The doctor says it's necrotic. I said, wait, what? Yeah, you don't want to, it's worse than the chimpanzee attacking you. And so they did the surgery, so now I have a reverse prosthetic shoulder. Yeah, this could be you if the scooter gets you. The bell tolls for someone. And I have, where I used to have a socket, now I have a ball. And when I had a ball, now I have a socket. So it's possible I have a trans shoulder. I don't know. But like I say, then after all this, I thought, you know, now I'll be better, you know, get a little healthy, new life, new experiences, etc. like that, see how the world's going to go. And then, like I said, I had this stroke. I didn't expect that, you know, it was a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Like, remember when we didn't have summer? Yeah, like in 2013, was a year without a summer for the most part. And now we have summer all the time, you know, because of global warming. Woo! ExxonMobil, thank you. Look, someone's got to benefit from global warming. At least it's us at the moment. Well, it was a beautiful, beautiful sunny hot day, and it was like 30 degrees outside, and I was feeling a little frisky. I thought I'd sit outside, that sun hit me, didn't know what to do because it makes you crazy with the Dutch sun. So I had a little stroke, a fun one, a quick one. But I got tired afterwards and took a nap, and about an hour later I woke up and had a big stroke. Yeah, the kind you don't want, the kind. And I'll tell you this much, when you Google it, Google doesn't know what the hell it's talking about, because it did not agree with the fact that this potentially was a stroke. And if you call an ambulance, I think I had a stroke, they come instantaneously. They did not suggest a taxi, and I couldn't take a taxi that time. Didn't even get any fentanyl whatsoever. I did learn one thing though, a day with a stroke is not nearly as nice as a day with a stroke and an orgasm. I'm a single person, you know what I mean? I don't have much else to look forward to. You guys all have your relationships. You've got your chimpanzees. You've got your children at the zoo. You know what I mean? 30-year marriage, or 30-year dating back there. That's truly going Dutch, by the way. If there ever was going Dutch, I think that's about the one thing. But I'm a Greek as well, so I get to go to Greece again. I'll be going to Greece at the end of the year. Anybody going to Greece? Anybody know Greek travelers? Go there, get the food. It's tasty. All of it. And you don't think so? That's a Dutch guy right there. It's all that flavor and taste. I get it. Everyone's got their own taste. If it's a fish, it should be raw. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, get some patat with that. Everything's good. But it's a different kind of a culture in Greece and here. Like, I got used to living here, so whenever I go there, I'm always amazed the way the ground goes, up there. Like here, the ground doesn't really ever go up, you know what I mean, which is that way. I don't know if you guys have seen up, it's this way. It's like, it's like they have mountains, which are weird if you've never seen one. It's earth like packed up in a big pile. It's like a bridge, but it's made out of earth, and it's like there's no water underneath it at all, All right, it's like, have you seen rocks? All right, it's hard to explain. Rocks are another thing. Rocks are like mud. When mud gets really, really dry, it can kind of form a rock. And dry is really hard to explain here. Unless you're like in Florida when it gets dry enough that it bursts into flame, which is even exciting if nothing else. But I think that one of the things we come to comedy shows, you hope to find out, and you hope to learn about what should I do in life from somebody who's obviously very successful. Because I'm a comedian. Yeah, we work for beer. Yeah, I actually got the brownie for mine today, which is a step up. But I think one of the most important things in life is to maintain a life work balance. Again, as a comedian, this is very difficult because we work in a bar. But you want to maintain a work-life balance if at all possible, and it's like doubly important. Like if you're a kindergarten teacher. No one's got a kindergarten around here. That's the second time somebody mentioned kindergarten. They take care of children at little parks and zoos. Never take your work home. Never will. I'm trying to make it lame. It just won't get there. But the reality is, I'll leave you with the fact that when I started doing comedy a while ago, I was told that it's a lot like sex. And the more that I do it, the more I think that's true. I was really excited about coming here tonight. And now that I came, I'm a little embarrassed and a little hot and sweaty. But one of these days, I'm going to get my energy back. I'm going to come again soon. Thanks a lot. My name is Inglessis. Guys, keep it going for Socrates.